Hello everyone, this is Limpy welcoming you to the free MMORPG weekly news update for the week ending March 1st, 2013. We start this week off on a bit of a sad note. I always hate to report on the shutdown of any game, and this week Trickster Online shuttered its doors. Now, no information has come out at this time about it moving to another publisher or finding a new home on a different network, but we can always keep our fingers crossed. Good night, Trickster. We will always have our memories. First up this week in the news department, Turbine announced that Lord of the Rings Online would soon be receiving the game's 10th update. Those players who truly enjoy the game's dungeon diving content will be especially pleased with this update, as it introduces several new instance dungeons and raids. The variety of new dungeons range from the 6-man Bells of Dale to the 3 12-man raid dungeons, Road to the Lonely Mountain, Fires of Smog, and the Battle of Erebor. Each new dungeon brings their own special challenges for players to overcome. Also, the quest line for In Their Absence will be tweaked to accommodate players ranging from level 65 to 85. Now, information is sparse at this time, so as I know more on this update, I promise to let you guys know. This week, Scarlet Blade, the upcoming free MMORPG from Aria Games, gave us a sneak peek at the possibilities that players will have to customize their characters in the game. Character customization is always one of the biggest points of interest for players, and Scarlet Blade looks to take that to a whole new level. Not only will players be able to choose from a wide range of costume options, but those looking for customization that goes a bit deeper will see that even a character's undergarments will be able to be customized, as your character's lingerie will even come with additional stat bonuses. Also, you know those cute little pets that you drag around with you everywhere you go? They will have data chips that can offer unique pet abilities meant to aid their masters in and out of the action. Let's not forget about the game's wide range of bike mounts that will have the players zooming around the world in style. Ecol Tactics, the upcoming free browser turn-based tactical RPG from Games Campus, announced their all-new Founders program this week. Players who are looking to support the game's development are now able to do so through 4 separate Founders Pack options. Each option not only includes special bonuses, but also early access to the game's beta testing phase. Founders Packs range in price from $10 to $100, with tiers at $20 and $50 in between. Now, a select group of players will also get early access to the game starting February 28th and be able to play before the game opens up to all founders on March 7th. MMODen is running a beta key giveaway, so if you're looking for a key, head over to MMODen's giveaway section and follow the instructions to get yours today. This week, Aion celebrated another milestone, and this time around the game celebrated its first anniversary as a free MMORPG. To kick off the celebration, the game announced that there will be events galore in-game for all players. And some of these include 50% more experience and Abyss points, also a 50% increase in the drop rate of rare items. These events will all run through March 6th, along with the birthday cheer, and has also announced that Update 3.9 will arrive on April 17th. Now, players can expect an all-new dungeon finder to be added to the game to help players find like-minded adventurers to delve deep into the dungeons of the world. Also, this update will bring an all-new rookie server, a server that's meant to keep low-level characters protected from their rival factions' blades until they're able to advance to higher levels and be more prepared to protect themselves. Champions of Regnum has been making a lot of news lately, not just for the name change, but also for some major additions to the long-running free MMORPG that has a heavy focus on Realm v Realm PvP. Some of those changes include a complete overhaul to the invasion system, new instances with a matchmaking system, and new battle zones with game modes like Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, and many more. But now the game has been added to the Steam portal as well. So if you've been looking for a reason to join in on the action or just looking for a reason to go back to the game, with all these recent additions and the influx of new players from Steam, now is as good a time as any. Dragon's Prophet is really starting to get some buzz going. the upcoming free MMORPG that will have players fighting with their dragon pet mounts, gave us a glimpse inside the starting zone this week. This beginner area will be called Bakra and is an island filled with beautiful and lush landscapes, as well as dangerous monsters around every turn. The area is divided between 5 areas and 3 busy cities. This starter area will have plenty for players to do, as there are over 200 quests, and players can expect to be busy on Bakra up to level 30. Many dungeons are also scattered around Bakra, and players can enter these dungeons solo or with up to 5 other players. Each dungeon will have 3 difficulty levels, and players who conquer the highest level will have a chance at the best loot, as well as a chance to tame rare dungeon dragons. This week, Aion Entertainment made quite the splash on the Steam platform. Not only did the free space combat simulator Star Conflict launch on the Steam portal, War Thunder, their World War II aerial free-to-play shooter, was given a Steam green light. This means that War Thunder will also be available on Steam in the very near future. And to celebrate the Steam greenlight, War Thunder held a 24-hour 50% bonus day for all its players. Those players looking to get into either game can do so now. For those of you with a bit of a god complex, know that this week it should have been a bit satiated. Smite released the all-new God of the Oceans, Poseidon. This new god has many unique abilities, and with an ultimate power of being able to unleash the Kraken, players who have wished for all these years to scream their favorite movie line will now have the power to do so. Additionally, the game unveiled an all-new Ultimate God Pack. This all-new one-time purchase will give players access to all 31 gods, including the newly released Poseidon, for the one-time purchase price of $29.99. Smite wasn't the only MOBA game to get an update this week, as League of Legends introduced us to the all-new 3.03 patch. With this latest patch to the free-to-play giant, it's giving players an all-new smart ping system that allows us to easily ping and communicate with our fellow teammates. Also, many champions have received changes, most notably Taric, Kayle, and Xin Zhao, but several other champions have also received changes as well. Now, several items have also been altered to create a better overall balance to the game. The full patch notes can be found on MMODen.com under the League of Legends Patch 3.03 news article. In shooter news, Blacklight Retribution from Perfect World Entertainment announced this week that the game's all-new expansion, Onslaught, is now live. Onslaught brings an all-new game mode that bears the name of the expansion. In this all-new 4-player co-op mode, players will join together to take on waves of brain-hungry zombies. Also included with the expansion are 3 new maps, Center for the new Onslaught mode, and Metro and Safehold for most other game modes. A few weapons have also been added with the update, the M4X and the AK-470. Players will also notice an all-new updated stats area, giving players even more details of their characters. In more shooter news, this week OG Planet and Min Guzman Lee announced the release schedule for Tactical Intervention. Lee is the legendary co-creator of Counter-Strike, and this latest project brings all his previous knowledge to the table. Players will be treated to a closed beta test that is open to anyone looking to join in on the action from March 4th to March 8th. Those that miss their chance at the closed beta will next have a chance to play the game in open beta starting the 14th of March. The game will officially launch on the 28th of March, and at that time players can expect the action to get fast and furious. You can find a link to get your beta key today in the full press release on MMODen.com. Moving along to a game that has some shooter elements, Brawl Busters from Rock Hippo Production announced this week their latest update, Buster's Inferno. This latest update adds an all-new map, Burning Adventures, increases the game's level cap to 45, and makes the player-requested adjustments to the gem score system. Anytime I hear about a game making adjustments that players have requested, it's like music to my ears. It really shows how much a game cares for its player base. Now, all this is available now for download for new and existing players. Metin 2 is one of those titles that sometimes flies under the radar, but the game's player base cannot be overlooked. And that is why this week Gameforge announced the Dark Dragons expansion for the game. With this expansion comes an all-new level cap of 105, all new content on the secret island of Dark Dragon Rock for players of level 90 and above. Now, those of you who are a bit power hungry, hell, who am I kidding? We're all power hungry gamers. Either way, power hungry players can find the all-new Dragon's Stone alchemy system has arrived and is meant for players to be able to take their powers to never-before-seen heights. The expansion is live now, so head on over and download it today. In game resurrection news this week, Netmarble has brought Prius Online back from the dead. The free MMORPG got a second chance at life from the District 187 and Uncharted Waters Online publisher. The game returns with a new name, Arcane Saga, and loads of new content. Players who previously played the game will quickly see that Netmarble is revamping everything from the loot systems to the game's PvP. Now, the game is still being revamped, but interested players can visit the game's Facebook page for more info and keep up with the game's progress as it moves towards its relaunch sometime in the first half of 2013. This week, we were given some open beta test keys for the all-new cross-platform free strategy RPG God's Rule. Sega and GoGogic were kind enough to give me quite a few keys that not only grant access to the open beta test, but also give players over $20 in orbs, the game's premium currency. Now, if you want a key, all you need to do is make sure you're either a subscriber on YouTube, follower on Twitch, or like the MMODen Facebook page, then message me through any of the above and say, "Hey Limpy, I have a God complex. Give me my God's Rule open beta key, Baldy." It's just that easy. In open beta testing news, Salem, the free MMORPG crafting title from Paradox Interactive, announced this week that the game was ready for the OBT phase. Salem is an open sandbox game that pushes players to their limits with an extremely deep crafting system and permadeath. Those brave enough to step into the game world will also find an in-depth character development system with no classes or roles. All this allows the player to be completely free in the way with which they develop their characters. Continuing with our open beta theme, this week the World War II title Heroes and Generals entered open beta testing. This free strategic MMO opens up the battlefield in ways most have only dreamed of in the past. Players can take on the role of the hero with units such as infantry fighters, fighter planes, or jump into armored tanks, as well as many other vehicles. Those who have a more strategic mind can take on the role of the general and plan the top-down strategies that can change the course of the entire war. Now with the game in open beta, anyone can join on the action through the link on MMODen.com. Now that's all for this week, but for more info on all these titles, head on over to MMODen.com. Also, don't forget to come check out my live streaming on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/MMODen and earn a chance each day to win one of our 5 weekly prizes given out each and every Monday. For now, this is Limpy for MMODen. Until next time, thanks for watching.